Yo, everybody in the tube of you, Christina Marie here with a couple of things. It is New Music Tuesday, so welcome back to another episode. I am going to combine two videos that I originally planned on doing, so that either means that this is going to be a longer video than anticipated or a pretty short video because I'm going to condense what I want to say about each topic. So let's start off with my music favorites for the month of August. I typically like to do a music favorites every month. Sometimes I'll get to it, other times I don't, but I talk about my favorite song of the month, my favorite male artist, my favorite female artist, my favorite group or duo, and my favorite live performance. So let's jump on in. My favorite song of the month is Lady Gaga's Applause, and you guys can't be surprised. I love this song. I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause, applause, live for the way that you yell and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause. Give me the... Okay, sorry. But yeah. I love that song. I love it. And I've seen it live so many times in the month of August. It's phenomenal. I fall in love with it more and more and more. Favorite male singer. I have two. Jesse McCartney is back. Just the fact that he is back on my radar makes him my favorite artist of the month. And then my second one, maybe a surprise, and you guys may not know this, Jamie Campbell Bower. He actually plays Jace in the Mortal Instruments, and he was in Harry Potter, and he was in Twilight, and he was in Sweeney Todd. He can sing. He is a musician, and I've downloaded all of his songs from various YouTube videos, or he would release songs specifically for his fans, and I fell in love. So, Jesse McCartney, Jamie Campbell Bower, love. Favorite female artist of the month, Ariana Grande, surprisingly, and Zendaya. I love those two girls, and I feel like Zendaya's debut song, Replay, and video, on point. So flawless. I love it. I'm so proud of her, and I'm so excited to see what her future is gonna, bring for her. I'm very excited. And then Ariana Grande for two reasons. Ariana Grande, I've given her the most crap in August. The most. And it's because... when I'm really, really harsh on someone, it's just because I know they're capable of being better and doing better, and she's one of the people. And I've seen a lot of improvement from her. So because of that, and I've enjoyed her a lot more. Ever since she released that song Right There with Big Sean, I've been feeling her a little bit more. So, yeah. Favorite group? You guys are going to be shocked. And I mean shocked. So I'm going to give the non-shocking answer first. Megan and Liz. They are a YouTube duo, twins, that have released a bunch of different songs, done covers of various songs all over YouTube. They have a couple of songs that are my favorite that are their originals, called Bad For Me and Release You. And then they recently did the song called In The Shadows Tonight, which is my favorite song of the month behind Lady Gaga's Applause. It actually is inspired by the Mortal Instruments story, which makes me love it even more. And I loved it before I found that out. So, yeah, Megan and Liz, they're twins. They're adorable. And then the other group, The Wanted. I know. The reason why I like The Wanted right now is because they released a song that I actually love. I love We Own the Night. That it's such a fun, almost inspiring song. I really like it. I really, really like it. And so I've been listening to that almost every day for the month of August. And when I realized a week ago that I'm really loving The Wanted as a directioner, it threw me for a loop. Like, seriously. And so, yeah, I didn't make this decision lightly, but I am loving The Wanted for the month of August. I loved their song, We Own the Night. I just did. And then finally, live performance. Favorite live performance. Is there any surprise? Justin Timberlake's VMA performance featuring NSYNC. Featuring for like 18 seconds NSYNC. But it gave me so much life. It almost caused my death. I'm still recovering. And it was everything. I loved it. And Justin Timberlake. I cannot wait for his new album, the second part of 2020 Experience to come out. I will be right there, so ready, and I will dedicate a whole video to it like I did last time. So those are my August Music Favorites. Let's get on to the real reason for, or the second real reason for this video. Ariana Grande's debut album dropped today, and it's called Yours Truly. Today. It is out now. And I can give my 100% honest, unbiased opinion of what I think of it. I've listened to it about 5 times already since purchasing it. And here we go. Right off the bat, my favorite tracks on this album. Honeymoon Avenue, Right There, Tattooed Heart, Loving It, Piano, and Almost Is Never Enough. Almost Is Never Enough is actually on the soundtrack for the Mortal Instruments City of Bones. But here's the difference. On Ariana Grande's album, it's a full 5 minutes and 30 seconds, which is 2 minutes longer, a whole 2 minutes longer than the version on the Mortal Instruments City of Bones soundtrack. Is it necessary? I'm not going to answer that question, mainly because I think it's great either way. I don't think it needs to be a full 5 minutes and 30 seconds on the soundtrack. But on Ariana's album, I think it was great. It gives you more of a showcase of Nathan Sykes' vocals and Ariana's. But I was listening for Nathan Sykes. That boy has a voice and it's amazing. I love it. Now, she did co-write a lot of the songs on the album, but she co-wrote them with like 5, 6, 7 other people. And I'm really sketchy and untrusting of songwriters that write with that many people. And let me tell you why. Beyonce, Justin Bieber, and Rihanna allegedly have purchased publishing and songwriting credits for songs. And I don't necessarily know if they actually had a hand in writing these songs when you can just purchase the rights or purchase songwriting credit or publishing credit. And I noticed that happens a lot when it's like a lot of people, or it allegedly happens a lot when there are a lot of people that are named as writers. So I'm not saying that Ariana didn't co-write some songs. I'm not saying that at all, but it's just not as meaningful to me when there's like a ton of people on the writer's label for various songs. Lady Gaga writes all of her songs. Like, who else is as crazy as Lady Gaga that can come up with lyrics like she does? But yeah, I just don't. It didn't impress me that much that that Ariana Grande was co-writer of some of her songs. I wasn't impressed because freaking Babyface, Kenneth Babyface Edmonds was a co-writer on some of the songs, and I was like, well, there you go. There's your genius. And that's not to say that anybody on the tab for the songs didn't contribute, but I'm just saying it's Babyface. It's freaking Grammy Award winning or Grammy nominated. I don't know which one he is. Probably award winning. Babyface. Come on. Jordan Sparks actually co-wrote a song on the album too, which was cool. The Way featuring Mac Miller. So cool. Babyface actually produced a lot of the album, which is another cool aspect of it. Interesting fact to me, many of the songs on this album sound like they could have been released in the 90s. And I still haven't decided whether that's a great thing or not so great thing. I'm okay with it for now, but I mean, the album sounds dated, but I don't dislike that idea at all. I just, it just kind of can go either way for me. I do like hearing the old school sound that she brings on this album. I do get a lot of Mariah Carey-esque feel. It's gonna happen. But I enjoy the effort that she brought to it. With that being said, you do get a lot of essence from other people's songs. And what I mean by that is when I hear certain songs, I can think back to another song where I've heard something similar. Like the song Right There, featuring Big Sean. Very similar to Lil Kim's Crush on You featuring, Lil C's. So there's some similar tones there that I was like, oh, this reminds me of Lil Kim. Oh, this reminds me of Mariah Carey's this. Oh, this reminds, And so I did that a lot while listening to the album, which again, isn't necessarily a bad thing. Ariana's live performances have gotten a lot better. I've seen some YouTube videos from her recording sessions or listening sessions tour where she's doing a little more, you know, and, you know, dancing, a little bit more movement. She's not just a stick figure, which is cool. Her VMA performance, pre-show performance, was much better than what I was anticipating, and she was nervous the entire time, so props to her for that. She's still stiff, don't get me wrong, but it's much better than it has been. Overall, I really like the album, so I do apologize to her for not giving her her fair shot at this. She did surprise me with this album, she really did. But I will say that I can only stand the whole cutesy, adorable, oh, look at me, baby face vibe that she's giving off. I can only withstand it. I can only stand it for one album. Like, I think after this first album, if she plans on doing a second album or a sophomore album, she needs to come more mature, and she needs to become more mature and have more depth to what she's doing. There needs to be more intention and more growth behind her music, in my opinion. This is strictly my opinion. This is an album that I will get tired of very, very, very quickly. I have already gotten tired of Katy Perry's Roar. I just have. But I have not gotten tired of Lady Gaga's Applause. Who knew? That's not necessarily a bad thing that I get tired of it so quickly. I just think that because of the tracks that are on it, and because of the compositions and the lyrics, and just because of the whole album itself, I don't think it's meant to be a deep feeling album, and that's great, but I connect more with albums that are deep and have more depth and more feeling and, you know, intensity to them, and this isn't an album for me that will do that, so I will get tired of it rather quickly. Like I said, not necessarily a bad thing, just me. Of all of the tracks on the album, Almost Is Never Enough is the one that has the most pull and the most depth to me. It's almost like a sophomore album quality or a second album quality after you've experienced that growth and that intention. So I expect more of the Almost Is Never Enough feel for her next album. I need more of that from her, I guess you can say, in order for me to stop looking at her through the cutesy tween teen baby doll lens, because that's how I see her right now. But overall, I will give this album for what it's supposed to do for all intents and purposes. It's a very solid, very strong debut album. I will give it a 4 out of 5. I won't give it a 5. I'm proud of her for all that she's done. I definitely see potential for her to be bigger and better. I really do think that she has the potential to blow everybody out of the water. I really, really do. Well, not Demi Lovato. No, you won't touch Demi. Sorry. But this album is definitely way better than Selena Gomez Stars Dance, in my opinion. There's no contest. But yeah, I really enjoyed the album. I would love to know what you guys think. Even though it sounded like I didn't enjoy it at all, I'm just very critical. Rightfully so. If I'm going to pay my money to get an album, I'm going to criticize it because, you know, I'm giving you my money. But I really just see so much for Ariana. I do see a brighter future for her. I see a big, bright future. Just don't get mixed up in Justin Bieber's mess, girl. That whole picture of him kissing your cheek that he coerced you to upload, let's nip that in the bud. Let's not go down that route. Do not turn into a Miley Cyrus. Hell, Selena Gomez is on her way down that route. Taylor Swift is already there. Don't do it, Ariana. Don't do it. But yeah, that's what I think of the album. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was really, really long. I talk a lot. I'm sorry. Comment down below. Thumbs up this video if you liked it. And subscribe for more of me. And I will see you soon. Bye.